Welcome. So, in this explainer, we're diving into a seriously fascinating crossover. We usually think of technology as this force that kind of just replaces the past, right? Well, today, we're actually looking at how modern tech is stepping in to rescue and even elevate ancient craftsmanship. We're going to unpack some really cool, groundbreaking research that shows how artisans, specifically craftswomen, are using the digital world to protect and grow their traditional livelihoods. It's just a beautiful story of resilience, and honestly, it holds some incredible lessons for literally anyone trying to build a brand today.
But first, I want you to just picture something for a second. Imagine a pair of hands covered in wet, earthy clay, expertly shaping this beautiful piece of pottery on a traditional spinning wheel. It's tactile, it's messy, it's an ancient process passed down through generations. Now, right next to that, picture a pair of clean hands swiping effortlessly across the smooth glass of a smartphone. These two worlds seem completely at odds, don't they? So that brings us to the big question. How exactly do ancient arts survive the digital revolution? Do they just fade away, or do they adapt?
Section 1. Handicrafts in the Digital Age.
Okay, let's dive into this. To really understand what's happening, we have to look at the modern struggle of artisans. For centuries, traditional crafts were completely sustained by local communities. An artisan relied almost entirely on foot traffic and word of mouth. The reach was strictly limited to whoever happened to walk past their table, and the focus was purely on the physical product sitting right there. But e-marketing, it completely shifts the entire dynamic. It takes that same artisan and transforms them from a stationary market stall into a dynamic brand. It allows them to build customer-focused relationships with people literally anywhere in the world. Suddenly, they're finding brand new markets, and the best part? They don't have to lose their cultural essence to do it.
Section 2. E-marketing as a strategic solution.
For the longest time, there was this massive misconception that digital marketing was just an exclusive playground for huge corporations with massive budgets. But that is absolutely no longer true. It's become this highly accessible, low-cost, strategic lifeline for local craftspeople. And hey, we aren't just speaking theoretically here. During the 2023 and 2024 academic year, researchers in the Faculty of Humanities at the University of Ajmar Thaliji in Lagouat, Algeria, actually conducted a master's thesis on this exact phenomenon. They wanted to see precisely how e-marketing was impacting the enterprise development of local craftswomen right in their very own region.
Section 3. Case Study, Lagouat Craftswomen.
Now, what's really interesting about this is how they got their data. The researchers didn't just look at broad, generic internet trends. No, they went directly to the source. The study relied on a stratified random sample of exactly 40 craftswomen from the city of Lagouat. Now, I really want you to think about that number for a second. 40. These aren't just dry academic statistics on a piece of paper. These represent 40 real women, 40 individual businesses, 40 hardworking artisans who are pouring their absolute hearts into their crafts and navigating all the crazy complexities of the digital marketplace just to transform their livelihoods and support their families.
So how did the researchers get the inside scoop? Well, they used what's known as a descriptive analytical approach. Basically, their primary tool was direct questionnaires. And this is crucial because it means they didn't just observe from afar, like a fly on the wall. They asked direct questions to uncover the real, day-to-day realities of how these women actually run their craft projects. They got first-hand accounts of what works, what completely flops, and how these artisans truly feel about mixing modern technology into their ancient crafts.
Section 4. Digital Marketing Tools for Craftswomen.
So, what exactly is in the digital toolkit connecting these traditional workshops to the modern consumer? The study found that the absolute go-to platforms for these craftswomen are TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook pages. And honestly, if you think about it, that makes perfect sense, right? Highly visual, video-driven apps are literally the perfect medium for handcrafted goods. Remember that pottery example we talked about earlier? Watching wet clay spin into a vase is just visually mesmerizing. These platforms give craftswomen a way to share the entire behind-the-scenes process, the time, the incredible skill, the physical labor. They are selling this captivating visual story, not just a physical item on a shelf.
Section 5. Study results for practical application.
So the crucial point here is that the results of this study aren't just relevant for artisans in Algeria. They are actually highly actionable marketing lessons that literally any creator, freelancer, or small business owner can use right now. The study conclusively found that e-marketing helps these craftswomen do 3 vital things. Step 1. It promotes their brand and products to the public, elevating them from just a local crafter to a recognized brand identity. Step 2.
It allows them to accurately target their specific audience. And step 3, by doing those first two things, it ultimately helps them develop and scale their craft projects into real, sustainable enterprises. It is a clear, proven pathway from having a digital presence to achieving real-world business growth.
Let's zoom in on that second step for a second, because this right here is the absolute game changer. The study highlights that success isn't just about posting pretty pictures into the void and crossing your fingers. It is all about strategic targeting. Through these social networking sites, craftswomen can identify and reach their exact audience. The algorithms literally do the heavy lifting for them. They match these artisans with people who specifically value handmade, traditional, and authentic goods. So instead of just hoping the right person happens to walk past their market stall on a Tuesday, they are directly inserted right into the feeds of their absolute most ideal customers.
And that brings us to the ultimate conclusion of this research. I want to read this direct quote from the University of Lagos study because it just hits the nail on the head. E-marketing can help craftswomen promote their brand and products to the public and identify target audiences. It sounds simple, right? But it is a profound validation. It definitively proves that modern digital tools are absolutely not the enemy of traditional arts. When they're used correctly, they are actively rescuing, preserving, and elevating these ancient skills for our modern world.
Which brings us to our final thought for today. We've seen how 40 craftswomen in Algeria are using smartphones and social media to protect their heritage and build their businesses. They took something deeply traditional and they found its rightful place in the digital tomorrow. So, what you should take away from all this is a little challenge for yourself. Look at what you do. Look at your own passions, your own unique skills, your own craft, whether that's literal or totally metaphorical. How can you take a page out of the Lagouette Craftswomen's playbook? How can you apply this beautiful blend of tradition and digital strategy to share your own unique value with the world? Definitely something to think about. Thanks so much for joining me in this explainer, and keep learning.